Hey there, fight fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Ranch Boxing Podcast, UFC edition, Adog's Picks. And we're back, man. We're back like the Condor, the great Condor, Maxx Crosby, the way the prodigal son came back to Vegas. We're back with you this week, 2 weeks in a row. And speaking of coming back, and speaking of people like the Condor, someone who's mad, I'm going to call him Mad Max for this week. The man over here, Madman, Adog, straight from Cali. What's going on?
Could be better, man, but seeing you, it gives me better feeling, man. I've been down this last whole week.
No, I understand, man. I've been in your shoes before. Adog, he had a tough night at the office the other night. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna tackle it, man. We're gonna tackle it like all the quarterbacks that are going down. We're gonna sack it like Maxx Crosby. All 2026, baby. It's on. It's on. Someone made a mistake, man. The Ravens made a mistake. I'm not gonna get into it, man. But you can see I'm representing today. I'm representing Mad Max. I thought this was done. I thought this was gonna be at the bargain bin, but it's not. It's back, man. At least for 2026, hopefully forever. All right, man. Let's get into it. We're gonna start with the review. UFC 326. It was live from the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. And excuse me, my voice is a little messed up last week, man. I lost it for a couple of days. Anyways, like I said, for the BMF Championship lightweight bout, Max Holloway loses a lopsided fight to Charles Olivera, who takes that BMF title in the least BMF type of way. Is that good? Is that bad? We're going to get into that. In the co-main event, middleweight bout, Caio Borralho, number 7, gets a 3-round unanimous decision against RDR. Number 8, Rainier de Ritter, who, from what I hear, is going up to 205. And then in the bantamweight bout, number 13, Rob Font drops a unanimous decision against the prodigy, Raul Rosas Jr. And I think this was the performance of the night. And when I say that, I'm thinking Oscar performance of the night. We'll get into it, man. We're going to talk about it. It was an Oscar performance. We'll see. Well, we'll ask, what's your opinion? Was it not? Lightweight bout, Drew Dober gets a knockout win. A knockout win over Michael Johnson. Great fight. And to start off that night on the main event, great fight as well. RoboCop Rodriguez in a middleweight bout takes out Bruno Ferreira, gets his revenge in the nastiest type of way with a first round KO. Just smashes Bruno, man. Great start to the fight. And I just want to mention this before we start. Cody Garbrandt got a win. Was it a win? Was it not? Oh, well, we're not going to get into that one, but it's Cody Garbrandt did get a win. He's a past champion. I like to talk about past champions. I want to give them their respect, give them their due. So no love getting a win over Xiao Long. All right, man, let's start at the bottom here. All right, dog? Let's start at the bottom. Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop, man, going up against Bruno Ferreira. Gets that first round knockout. What do you think, man? How did this fight go for you? You picked Bruno in this fight, correct?
Yeah. I thought loser start. You know how my night started. But yeah, great fight. First thing I want to say, they got to do number 3. It's only right. 2 first round knockouts, 1 by each guy. It'd be a great number 3. I want to see it. I'm sure you'd want to see it. It would be a great pay-per-view starter, just like it did this one. Yeah, great for RoboCop. Looking like he's coming to his own, and looking to make that run like he had planned in the beginning of his career. So great revenge, always great for a guy's self-esteem to get a win back that you got knocked out on, especially. So a great fight to start the card, and all props to RoboCop and getting that win. And I would love to see it round back, and let's see what happens to Bruno. Still a game guy. Still expect big things from him. He's still younger, so let's see what happens. But I think RoboCop, just like the Cannoneer, gets a headline, gets back to that headline on a fight night or an Apex card, and seeing who he gets in that division.
Yeah, man. I hate to be like Mr. Reality Check, but I mean, tell me if you disagree. I don't think Gregory Rodriguez and Bruno Ferreira, I don't think they're ever going to see a title championship. I don't think they're ever going to get to title contention, like realistic, a title fight. Which, okay, I'm just trying to be realistic here. They're great fighters, but I just don't see that, especially in the middleweight division. Now,
I agree.
but this is a great fight. This is good. That doesn't, if you're not in the top 5 or fighting for championships, that doesn't mean that you don't have compelling fights. That doesn't mean that you don't have compelling rivalries.
Yeah,
These guys are below or, above number 5, 5th ranked, they're number 13, number 15. But that doesn't mean that they can't get a trilogy going on, man. Good fights, both knockouts. Get the trilogy happening.
yeah,
Absolutely, man. Just because you are not a championship tier fighter, a top tier, doesn't mean you can't have good fights, a good story, man. This does need to get done a third time. Hell, I don't care how many times it gets done.
yeah,
This I think other fighters should be looking at this. It's Arturo God, even though Arturo Gotti was a championship fighter, so was Mickey Ward. But what I'm saying, it's like Gotti Ward, man. It
yeah.
doesn't have to be about championships. It doesn't have to be about that. It could just be about good fights. And I hope they do. I hope they fight again. It was a performance of the night for Gregory Rodriguez. So good job for RoboCop. But I
Well
agree with you, man.
deserved.
Third
Yeah, well
third
deserved.
fight. Third fight.
Yeah.
It was a good one. I want to see it again. Absolutely, man. I'll watch these guys fight every night. Moving on, man. The only blemish on my record, and I was feeling pretty good in the first round
Oh
of this one. I
man.
was like, I got this. I got this. No, Drew Dober coming through like the champ he is, getting a knockout. Michael Johnson after I thought he lost that first round. Maybe not bad, but he lost that first round. I'm thinking, and I thought I wasn't good, and nope. And then Drew Dober gets a nasty knockout. Man, what do you think about this fight? It was
Good
your
fight,
winner.
yeah,
It was
like you
your winner,
said.
man.
Yeah, it was my one and only. So, I love Dober. Dober saved me from getting skunked. So, yeah, Dober coming through, man, on the he's 37 and looking good. Michael Johnson looked game in that first round. Uh Dober was
Yeah,
lumped up. He had a few battle wounds and on the interview the day after. So Michael Johnson did tap him up, but like you said, that second round was another story coming through in devastating fashion and just putting his lights out. And that's not the first time we've seen Michael Johnson get knocked out like that. So questions
right.
come again. Like, he's been exciting. He's still posting a good record. He's 4-2, I believe, now in his last six. So he still has some fight left in him. But when you take those knockouts, man, it's just a question of time. So we'll see what's next for Michael Johnson. But as far as Drew Dober goes, he keeps going, and let's see who he gets next, man. He's always exciting to watch. And it was a great fight. It was a great fight. Good matchmaking.
Drew Dober is exciting to fight, man. He's fought some big names. Michael Johnson is a good name, and he's always. I'll be excited to watch Drew Dober. He is getting up there, but man, he's still in there a little bit. I think
Yeah,
he has a name, and I think when you see his name on the card, you're like, yeah, that's gonna be a good. I'm good. Michael Johnson, he has a lot of skills and stuff like that. He might be getting a little chinny there, but
yeah,
I think he's still game. I don't want Michael Johnson to go past his expiration date. I don't want that to happen to him. Only he knows when that time is. As long as he's healthy, I think he's game for anybody. And I think even
yeah,
in the meantime, he could probably pull up a couple upsets here and there on some young up and comers or make an exciting fight with almost anybody, even a veteran like Drew Dober. Great fight,
yeah.
another performance of the night for Drew Dober. Good to see him get some extra cash in his pocket. I liked it, man. I liked it, even though I lost and I was wrong about that one. Uh, I liked it. It was a great fight.
Yeah.
All right, now here it is. Here it is. Your
Jeez.
favorite, the fight of the night. Number 13, Rob Font goes in there and kind of like I'm gonna call Raul Rosas the card killer. So because we had two knockouts, and even if they were not, they were good fights. And then here comes Raul Rosas, all 21 years old of him, and just kind of like lays an egg. And it's like you won, but damn man, I need something more. You can't be 21 and doing this. He needs more fastest, man. What did you think?
To say I was upset about this fight is an understatement, man. You know it. You heard it. I
I
called you.
do.
I really did not see this fight going this way. I thought this was a man sport. This one, Raul Rosa's a young kid coming in and just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought Raul Rosa came in and tried to do his thing, did his game plan. But I just think Rob Font, there was something wrong with Rob Font. He looked like he was totally drained, didn't want to try, wasn't trying for a takedown, wasn't doing any takedown defense, wasn't trying to get out. I thought it was just way too easy for Raul. How many did he have? How many takedowns? 19, 18? How many do you have the stats right there? I believe he had about like 18 takedowns registered, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
I get it.
anyways,
I
anyway,
just don't know how to
I
do it.
just Rob Font, I just can't believe in this far in the game being taken down. It just looked like he just didn't want to be there, man. I really, really lost a lot of respect for not respect. I don't want to say that these guys are killers, but I just thought Rob Font had something. He really let me down. And the next time I see him on the I may skip his next fight, man, because it was just I was really upset about this, man, because Raul Rosa, that's all he had. And if Rosa wants to continue, he needs to put some more weapons in his arsenal because there's just no way he's getting away fighting like that when it comes to the top guys.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it really was it was the card killer on this one. It was like halftime in an exciting football game. Uh, Raul Rosas Jr. He needs to start thinking about what what he wants to do with his career because it killed the card, man. He's either gonna be I gotta go make some nachos. I gotta go on a beer run or a fast forward special. If he doesn't like up his game a bit, it's gotta be more exciting, man. I can't watch this. And then it takes two to tango. What was Rob Font
Yeah,
doing? I appreciate, yeah, I appreciate you being because you were much more spirited on Saturday about Rob Font. But I mean that's why we're here. I don't like to talk crap about fighters because they do things I can't do. But what I'm saying is either he was sick or something was going. He could not stop a takedown, and this guy's been in there with real killers. And Raul Ruiz right now. He's not exactly a killer. He had one thing you knew what he was going to do, and he couldn't do. He just couldn't stop it. But it didn't even look like he was trying to stop it. It looked uninspired. I didn't like it either. I mean, I picked Raul Rosas Jr., but I didn't think it was going to be so easy for him. I thought he was going to get tested, and he just didn't. Man, Rob Font either something's wrong with him or he really did fall off and he needs to
yeah.
look at himself and see which one is it because
Look at
this is not going to work.
this stat line: 16 of 18 in takedown, 16 for 18 with 10 minutes of control. This guy was on
Yeah,
his on for two full rounds against a 21-year-old kid. And like you said, you thought Raul Rosas was coming more, getting that man strength. But Christ, he's still 21. Rob Font is a veteran of the game, fought top guys. And I don't know, man. It was just very suspect to me. Um, Rob Font just I don't know, man. He lost a couple points with me, which means nothing. But I just did not see this fight going this way, and I was very surprised by this fight.
yeah. I mean, this is the reality of right now. There's a lot of like wagering going on these days, and there's
Yeah,
a lot of inside jobs. So I don't want to. I don't want to start the rumor, but I mean that's where we live now, and people are
yeah,
going to start questioning things when things look off like that. It wasn't even so much that he was getting taken down; is that when he was on the ground, it didn't even look like he was trying to get up, or he wasn't doing the right things, like regular, like casual, knowing things that to get up. Like I what was going on?
yeah,
He needed to do something. It just didn't look like he was there. Maybe it was just a bad night at the office. Who knows? But yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the performance I was looking at. It kind of killed the card a little bit. Luckily, after that, we had two decent fights again. But I think the first two, like the performance of the night, those were the two best fights. Then Raul Rosas with his halftime hijinks, and then we moved on from there. But like I said, Raul Rose, he does need to think about what he wants to do because he's a fast forward special, man. And at that age,
yeah,
you can't. He's got to do. He's got
yeah,
to think about something, man. All
yep.
right, man. So let's move on to the middleweight bout. We're done with Rob Font. We're done with Rob Font for now.
Done. No, I'm done
Um,
for
uh,
not for now. I'm done with it. We're skipping them every until he wins again. Jesus, we're skipping them.
okay. So middleweight bout. Number 7, Caio Borralho, gets a unanimous decision win against Rainier Derrida's pretty close fight. Good fight. And he was the favorite. What did you think of this one, man? Yeah, unanimous decision.
Good fight. I didn't think it was close. I thought it was, pretty decisive. The card showed 3-0. So I just thought Bajalio, when Rainier looked like he may have got uh, started to get going, Bajalio had something for him. I'm not sure what's going on with Rainier if he's just getting into his older age. and he's fighting killers right now. Um, he's not just coming up; he's at the top. So who knows? Who knows if he's hitting the end of his career fighting these guys? So I just don't see him fighting any big names, any not big names, but being a main event or any more title contention. I just thought that he came in at the right time against Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel was on a high train. He stopped him. And then he did beat Robert Whitaker, which was a crazy, crazy fight. I don't know if you remember. It could have gone either
I do.
way. Yeah, so
Yeah, it was
that fight
close.
was that fight was back and forth. So this guy's been in some close fights, and I think we're just giving him now. Not that he's not a great fighter, but I think he's starting to live off that Bo Nickel fight, and
Oh
we'll
yeah.
see who he fights next, and that'll really show where he's at because Kyle Brahalo, obviously, he's moving on up. May get a main event on this next fight, maybe a couple fights away from the title. So we'll see. A good fight for Kyle. Kyle coming off that loss, and good building block and a good learning lesson. And let's see where he goes from now. But a good fight for him. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a good fight, a good comeback there for Kyle Bahalio after the Imanov loss and stuff like that. It showed that he learned a little bit. He stayed away from Rainier's grappling. He did. I think he did a really good job. Rainier DeRitter, I don't know. He seemed like he was a top five guy. Maybe not a champion, but he was a top five guy. Maybe not. I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna probably spend the rest of his career just outside the top five. And that's a chat. Well, who knows what's gonna happen, man? He goes up to 205. Maybe things change. You never
Yeah,
know. So we'll see what happens there. But Kyle Bahayo looked good. He's gonna go forward, and he's in the mix a little bit at from number 7. I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's still number 7 or what's going on anymore with his ranking. Maybe it went up, but either way, he's in there with talks. He already lost to Imanov. That sucks because him fighting Imanov would be good. Is Strickland got the champion fight? With Hamzat. There's a lot going on in middleweight, man, and I don't want to get too far into it. But Kyle he's setting himself up good. I thought he was ready for a championship, and it turns out he maybe exactly wasn't. But I think this was a good test for him to come back.
yeah.
A solid opponent to come back to. Not a soft touch. All right, man. Let's move forward and to the main event here, lightweight bout, and it was the BMF. I'm not sure if you call him champion. I thought it was called the BMF strap or the BMF belt, but either way, they have him listed here as a champion. Max Holloway, the BMF title holder, or whatever you want to call it, loses a lopsided unanimous decision to number 3 Charles Olivera. So yeah, man, this is it was not exactly a BMF performance, although it was a very good fighting performance, skill wise, but it wasn't exactly what we came to think of the BMF. And I heard a lot of criticism online about it. What did you think about it?
I love the fight, man. Thought it was good. I thought it was good. I thought Charles, it may be for the BMF, but are you gonna go out there and uh go toe to toe with one of the best boxers in the game, and your forte is grappling, your black belt, the best black belt. You may try to strike with them a little bit, but hey, we're still they're still there to win fights. Olivera, I'm sure still thinks he can get one more crack at the title, especially if somehow Justin pulls out the upset in a few months. He beat Justin. Obviously, if Ilya wins, it's kind of far fetched for him to get another title shot the way he was finished. So, with this big win, Max Holloway was still a contender himself, and him just putting his stamp on him and just shutting him out. I liked it. I'm excited to see Charles again, and hopefully, you just never know what this one can mean if Justin Gaethje can somehow pull that upset off because he'd be next in line, I believe.
What about Sarukian?
Saruki, yeah, there you go. Sarukian too. Him. I don't know if you just saw him choke out that kid the other day, and
I didn't see
he
it.
was,
I heard about it.
yeah, he choked him
I,
out quick. Saruki is looking like an animal, man. He's just like,
yeah,
but he's on the shelf. I don't know what's going on. He needs to apologize. This guy's rich. He comes. He doesn't need the UFC, right? He does
he
it.
does.
He does it because he loves it, and those are the guys you need that you need to be fearful of the guys that don't need to do it because this
Right.
guy's doing it. He's showing up to training. every day. I'm sure he just looks like an animal, and I don't know what he needs to do. He needs to apologize to Dana, you know, whatever. He needs to start fighting. It's an injustice, not only to him, but to the fans, because this guy is
Yeah.
a top-notch contender. And maybe the young crown champ, you're telling me Sarukian versus Taporia, if Taporia were to win, how much would that sell, man?
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
that'd be a fun
yeah,
fight, man.
yeah,
All right. So yeah, I think people make too much out of like the BMF and stuff like that, the way it was introduced and what it was supposed to represent and all that stuff. But I think people get they take things a little too like literal and too much to heart. And I mean, what is the BMF, man? It's a strap that was made up to in lieu of a championship title that's not on a main event. You throw something in there. I'm not saying it, and it has meaning. I don't think it doesn't have meaning. I know what they were aiming for, but it's not always going to happen that way. I think people overreact, and
yeah,
I mean, you got to watch a good fight, man. A rematch. Max Holloway won the first one, correct?
yeah. By Charles got hurt.
Yeah, well, either way, he
Yeah,
wins,
yeah, he
and
won.
then
He won.
Oliveira beats him this time. So I mean, you got a good fight. The skill was there. You never seen Max really handled like that before. Uh, I mean, what's the problem? I mean, I don't like to see a lopsided fight. I'd rather see uh, contention. But it was crazy to see Holloway just get handled like that so easily, and Oliveira was in the zone. I mean,
Yeah,
that happens, and it was a great skills performance. I mean, what do you want him to do? Like, not,
yeah,
not do what's working and then, start banging with them? And at the end, he
yeah,
did kind of bang with him a little bit. So, I don't know. I think people they go a little bit too far in this one. Charles Oliveira was the underdog. He comes, a slight underdog, but he comes up and he gets that win, gets that BMF strap. He's now a former champion with a BMF strap. That's good to have. Congratulations to Charles. I'm really happy about it. Uh, I don't have any complaints, man.
yeah,
People I think just they need to calm down a little bit. I mean, I did say that too. I go, it's not a very BMF performance, but oh well, man, that's just the way it goes. It was a straight up skills performance. So good for
yeah.
them.
You're not gonna. What's hard about that BMF? People may think they're gonna get that Gaethje Holloway 1 second left knockout for BMF. That fight just is impossible to replicate. But I thought it was a great fight. I was entertained, and it was good for me.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think people need to be getting upset about anything. All
Yeah.
right, man. Let's move forward. You want to go through? You want to take a break, or you want to just
No, let's
go
keep it
through?
going. Let's go. Let's do this.
All right, man. We're gonna go through. We're gonna muscle through here, man. We're gonna be like Maxx Crosby. We're just gonna fight through the injury, man. Let's get through it. All right, we're gonna go over the March 14th card from the Meta Apex, Las Vegas, Nevada, on Paramount Plus. Number 11 in the main event. Number 11, Josh Emmett, featherweight bout versus number 14, Kevin Vallejos. In the co-main event, women's strawweight bout, number 5, Amanda Lemos versus number 8, Jillian Robertson. Light heavyweight bout, Ian Kuntalaba versus Umar Sai. And a featherweight bout, Andre Fili versus Jose Miguel Delgado. Featherweight bout, Marwan Rahiki versus Harry Hardwick. And in a flyweight bout to start off the main card, man, coming straight back after a couple months, match number 14, Charles Johnson, be like, no, I
Yeah.
need to fight again, and fighting with number 15, Bruno Silva, man. Oh, what a champ, man. What a champ, man. So let's I don't know, you don't have to talk about all these. Whatever you want to start with, man. We'll start with that.
Okay. So yeah, we'll start like you said from the bottom. Charles Johnson and the flyweight bout versus Bruno Silva. 18-8 Johnson coming off that I wouldn't say devastating loss, but that I didn't
It was
expect
devastating.
it. Unexpected
It was
against Alex Perez. It's
it was
it's
devastating.
tough to yeah, it's tough to see that. This guy, Charles Johnson, has beaten Kavanaugh. We saw with Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh was just put on the scene against Brandon Moreno. This guy who fought, he beat another kid, Suma Darje, who just fought, who's considered a prospect. And then obviously he beat the champ Josh Van. So this guy Charles Johnson has been in with some tough opponents, and to drop that loss to Alex Perez, he may have taken on lightly. Perfect fight to get back on. against Bruno Silva, who's game. He's 15-7. He's 5-2 of his last 7, and his only 2 losses are coming off top contenders, which is a champion Josh Van and Manuel Cape. So this guy's fought good people, been in there. He's lost to him. So great fight. Charles Johnson, minus 178. I have him winning this fight, being that he's hungry. He's ready to get back in there. He's not taking too much time off. And I just see him showing why he's fought these guys, and that he's a higher caliber than Bruno Silva. But I got Johnson in this fight.
Yeah, man, Charles Johnson just hot and cold all the time. You never know what you're going to get with Charles Johnson, man. But
Yeah,
you probably know you're probably going to get an exciting fight, man. I like Charles Johnson. I thought he was going to get Perez in that last fight. He did not. But look at him, man. This guy's like, I got bucked up and I'm back on this horse real quick, man. This guy wants to fight.
yeah,
I love it. I love it, man. And he got stopped. It's like he's back. I mean, he just probably
yeah,
passed his suspension, and you get suspended when you get knocked out for a little while. It's not exactly a suspension, but it's just like a cooling off period.
yeah, exactly.
And he's back against a ranked opponent. Even if he is number 15, he's number 4. These guys are right next to each other, man. Great. I love it. I'm gonna go with Charles Johnson. This is the non-casual card. Like you gotta know
Yeah,
you gotta know your stuff. If you're gonna watch this card, man, you're gonna start to learn, you're gonna get more in depth with the UFC. Or this is not for the casuals, man. You better know your stuff if you're watching this card, man. This is
exactly.
not for the casuals. All right. So I'm going to take Charles Johnson too. I don't know a lot about Bruno Silva. I did see him against Van and
Yeah,
Cops, but yeah, those are not, you can lose I think Cops is really good, especially
yeah,
now. That's a good experience right there. All right, man. You want to move on to the next one, or which one do
yeah.
you want to go to next?
Featherweight bout, UFC vet Andre Fili versus newcomer 1-1 in the UFC, Jose Miguel Delgado. Delgado 10-2, coming in as a heavy favorite at minus 355 against wily vet Andre Fili. It's true, new guy against a vet. Andre Fili playing that win loss. He's been in there with who's who, Dan Ige, Cub Swanson. He took a big loss to a new up and comer, Melky Costa. He is coming off a win, against Christian Rodriguez. Not tough competition or well known, but nonetheless, still a win. Against Jose Miguel Delgado, who's considered a prospect. He's 10-2, like I said, 1-1 in the UFC, coming off a loss to pretty known. I know him, Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood's always game. So not an embarrassing loss, but something I believe he should have won. So in this one was tough, man. Even though the odds are stretched out, I'm going to take the underdog in this one just on the basis of competition. And again, Andre Fili's 35. He knows the game. I'm going to take Andre Touchy Fili in a big upset win against Jose Miguel Delgado this time.
Yeah, I think the only person they have in common is Nathaniel Wood, and Nathaniel Wood beat both these guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, up and comer. Andre Fili's been there for a minute, man. I remember, he's been around quite a bit. He always is kind of like hot and cold and stuff like that. And I did see excuse me, Jose Miguel Delgado's fight history. And yeah, he lost to Wood, and he's won 2. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go with, if he's a favorite, I'm gonna go with the favorite here. I'm gonna go with Jose Miguel Delgado. Hopefully, I think he'll get together, and I think Fili's on his way out, but that doesn't mean he
Yeah.
couldn't beat Delgado. It really depends on Delgado who's gonna show up in this one. But I think I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Jose Miguel Delgado. Okay, man. Let's move forward. You want to talk about the Ian Kuntalaba light heavyweight bout? Ian Kuntalaba versus Omar Sy.
I didn't take too much on that. Ian Cutelaba, hot and cold as well. I'm just taking for a short one. I'm going to take Sai as the big favorite in this. So he's on the heavier side of the odds. So I'm taking Sai by KO in this one.
Yeah. So Kuntalaba lost to Bukauskas, and I was like, oh yeah, Bukauskas pretty good. And it turns out his last fight wasn't very good at all. So who knows, man?
Yeah.
He lost to, was it Kopylov or something like that? Anyways, either way, yeah, Kutalaba might be a little bit on his way out. I don't really know a lot about Umar Sy. Just looked up his fight history. I know he lost to Alonzo Menafield by unanimous decision. Okay, but he has two out of three wins here, and then well, four, um, 3 out of 4. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Umar Sy. That he looks like he's gonna take care of business against Ian Kutalaba. I think
Yeah.
he's on the downside here with Kutalaba. All right, man. We'll move forward. Women's strawweight bout. Number 5 Amanda Lemos versus number 8 Jillian Robertson. Who do you what do you see happening in this fight?
Man, this was a tough one. Both of them bets in the women's strawweight division. Amanda on the older side, man, 38. Jillian still 30. Jillian actually comes in as a 205 favorite. This one was tough, man. I like it. It's a pretty interesting fight for me. I've seen both these girls come up. Amanda Lemos is a former title contender and actually has beat Mackenzie Dern. So that's what I was
Oh
leaning
man.
towards. Yeah. So Jillian Robertson, 6-1 in the last 7. She's got some names like Marina Rodriguez,
Mhm.
journeyman Michelle Watterson and Poliana Viana. Now, those are some women's names that hold some steam. But in this one, as an underdog, again, I'm taking the underdog, man. I don't know if I should be doing this, but with the wins over Dern, and just she's fought Tatiana. She's coming off a loss to Tatiana. She fought Wei Lee. She's been in there. I'm gonna take Amanda Lemos in a hard fight and coming in with a win as the underdog. It was just tough because Jillian is younger, but I'm just basing the win off the competition and how far it is from each other.
Yeah, that this is a tough one, man, because Lemos, I remember seeing her and I was like, man, this girl's strong. She's a dog. I thought she was up there for sure. And I thought she was always gonna be in contention, stuff like that. She is 38 now though. And
Yeah,
even though Jillian Robertson, I swear to God, Jillian Robertson, I feel like she's been there forever. And
yeah,
I know she was on the Ultimate Fighter, and I just feels like it's been a long time since she's been there. But she's only 30 years old, man. And I mean, usually when you get into your 30s, the beginning of your 30s, that's your prime. That's when it starts to
yeah,
happen for her. And she has a lot of wins put together here lately. And I know she's a bit of a submission specialist. So man, and but Amanda Lemos was able to handle Dern, who has
yeah,
been a good grappler for her entire life. So this is a tough one, man, because I can say Jillian Robertson, like, her grappling game, her ground game was going to be able to carry the day. But Amanda Lemos been able to handle someone like Dern. So who's going to win? I'm going to go with the favorite just because younger people.
yeah,
And I mean, yeah, I'm kind of scared too. I feel what you're saying, man, because I'm like I just feel like I'm gonna say this, and then Amanda Lembo's gonna go in there and just kind of overwhelm her. I'm like, why did I even pick Robertson? But I'm gonna go with Robertson in this one, man. And I'm gonna go, and I think she's gonna be able to pull it off. I think it's 3 rounds. I think she's gonna be able to get a decision, maybe even split. We'll see.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, yeah.
All right,
It
man.
could go either way.
Main event time here. The veteran man, the banger here, Josh Emmett with the heavy hands versus Kevin Vallejos, number 14. What do you think, man? Josh Emmett, can he come back? He's fought some good guys, man.
No,
He
no,
and he just no?
no. At 41, man, and
Yeah, that's
coming
all.
coming off that very, very fast loss to Zalal by sub.
Yeah,
He lost to Leron before that, in unanimous decision. He's still 19-6, and that's what goes last is your power, right? That's what they say in punchers. The last thing to go is your
right.
power. So, we all know Josh Emmett can sleep anybody, but this kid, Kevin Vallejos, up a new 3-0 in the UFC. He's a contender, alumni, and coming off a big, big, big KO in round 2 over Giga Chikadze, who's good still, man. Who's still considered a good
Right.
fighter.
Yeah.
So this guy put his lights out. This guy's only 17-1, and I think he lost in the beginning of his career. So this guy hasn't lost in years. So he gets his first main event shot against, someone who's scary. Maybe not in his skills, he's not scary, but in that one punch knockout. So this guy's got to be aware, be cautious. But I think this guy's just a better fighter, faster, younger, hungrier. So I'm definitely in this one. I'm taking the huge favorite, and the Argentinian Kevin Vallejos.
Yeah, so A-Dog going, Viva Argentina on this one, man. He's going all the way, Diego Maradona style. Yeah, man, Josh Emmett, I was looking, he's 41. I was like, oh, I don't know. The only thing that ever brings me back is this guy was able to go 5 rounds with Taporia three
Yeah,
years ago. And I'm like, oh, that's good. That looks real good now. So, I mean, if it wasn't for that last fight, man, yeah, he's had a lot of good competition and he's fought some good names and he's done well, but it's tough, man. At 41 at
yeah,
featherweight, it's just it seems like that's a huge hill to climb, no matter how good he was or how proficient he was about 3 years ago. I gotta agree with you, man. Viva Argentina. I think Kevin Vallejos is gonna take this one and get Josh Emmett out of there. Put probably his first big name on his resume, and we'll see what happens if he can pull that off, and we'll see what happens with the rest of his career and how he moves on from here, man. It would be great for him to be on the outside looking in on the top 10 if he's able to pull that off.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's good. It'll be a good. We'll see. Be a good test for him.
yeah. All right, so there you go. There you have it. You got the picks right there. Write them down, and then watch the fights and see how things turn out
Yeah,
on this
yeah,
week. You know what? I'm gonna mention this real quick just because I like Chris Curtis now.
yeah,
Chris Curtis is fighting on the undercard against Orolabai, and I've seen Orolabai fight. He's a good fighter, and I always
yeah,
like watching Chris Curtis fight. Man, I don't. I almost hate seeing Chris Curtis on the undercard. He is such an exciting fighter. That's going to be a good fight. I think, but Chris Curtis always brings it, man. I'm just going to mention him real quick because I'm always been a big fan of Chris Curtis. So,
yeah. He's
yeah,
coming.
good card. Go ahead.
He's coming in as a big. I saw that, and I was going to mention it, but he's coming in as a big underdog. So hopefully, he can shock everyone and take that one.
Maybe, man. You know what? Chris Curtis has been on the wrong side of some decisions that I
Yeah,
thought were very questionable. So Chris Curtis can lose fights, and he didn't exactly lose them. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him. I think I think he should be in the rankings. He's a really good fighter, and he's really exciting. So I don't know. I hope he goes on a winning streak, man. I've always liked him. And like I said, he's had some losses that I did not believe were real.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, do yourself a favor, man. Go on Paramount Plus and look up all the Chris Curtis fights you can watch, because they're super exciting. All
I agree.
right, man. You know what? I'm gonna get to it right here. Go to the events. So during the UFC 326, they announced the Dana White House card coming up in
They're not
June.
in the White
And if
House
I
card. Yeah,
and if I can actually get to it here, let me see if I can. Upcoming.
yeah. They got. I got him right here.
Here we go. So Dana Whitehouse here gives his name to his UFC Freedom 250 for the 250th anniversary of the United States. It's like a 4th of July happy birthday. Dana Whitehouse bringing it. It's going to be historic. So he the card was in discussion. There was a lot of thoughts about what was going to happen. A lot of opinions. But they finally announced it, man. So I'm not gonna. We'll go into the card here one by one. But what do you think of the card the way it was announced on Saturday?
You know what? This is a good card. I like it. I just think that the hype was too much about it. Saying that it's gonna be the best card ever. It's gonna, just too much hype. People giving people too many expectations. It's a great card. I would buy it. I would spend my $80, $85 on it. But the hype, I thought there was just. I'm glad Alex Pereira was on there. That brings it up a lot. But it was just, saying it was gonna kill this, it'd be the best card ever. I've seen some better cards than this, in my opinion. But I like it. It's a great card. I'm excited. I'm gonna take the weekend off for it. So I'm not mad at it. I just thought there was a little bit too much before put behind it, making it seem like it was just banger after banger after banger.
Right. All
Yeah,
right, so yeah, man, I gotta agree with you there. I think people went just, they went crazy. I don't know what they let their imaginations get the best of them, and they want crazy things, like things that just aren't gonna happen. And I see all this stuff like people just talking, talking smack on online, saying all kinds of things and how this card sucks and it's not what they said it was, blah blah blah. And it's like, dude, what do you want?
yeah,
They're not charging you $80 to watch it. They're not charging you 100. It's on Paramount Plus. All the cards are on Paramount Plus. Man, I don't I think people, you know what? This proves that you can't make everybody happy all of the time, man. I mean, this card is on Paramount Plus. It doesn't cost you a whole lot of money. If this card was not on Paramount Plus and if it was on pay-per-view, I wouldn't even think twice. This card is getting paid for, man. Like I would pay
yeah,
for it. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
This is a good card. And I think people need to step back a little bit and they need to check themselves a little bit because this ridiculous, man. Everyone always seems to find a reason to complain other than being like, "Oh, you know what? This even if it wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be, this is a good card. I want to see what happens." History can be made in this card with Alex
yeah,
the Pajeda fight versus Gone. This guy could go three-way class champion. It is very possible in this on this card. History being made on a historical card. It could be, or maybe Gone, who's got 27 title chances, finally gets it. Who knows, man? Oh, I mean, he's been the interim champion before, but you know what I'm saying, man. He gets the title.
yeah.
Look, either way, history can be made. I like it a lot. We're gonna go over it, not in depth. I'm just gonna say it real quick. But before we go over it, before I name the names here, like like drum roll. Um, give me one fight, not the best fight, or tell me the most anticipated fight for you personally. Not it doesn't have to be like the biggest fight. It doesn't have to be the main. But if it is the main, it's all good. Which one? What are you looking forward to, man?
Ah, that main event, how can you not look forward to that? It looks one-sided. How if I didn't have to pick them, if I had to pick out of the first four, obviously the first two, the main event and Cone, I would love to see Alex. He's one of my favorite fighters win it. But the one I'm looking forward to, man, when I'm looking at this, Kyle Dawkins, Bo Nickel.
Yeah,
Kyle
that's exactly what I
Dawkins,
thought you were gonna say.
I like Kyle Dawkins before he left the UFC. I like him even more. He has a chip on his shoulder. People are dogging him for being on this fight. Who in the hell is
Yeah,
Kyle Dawkins? You know,
yeah,
this that I think that people are going to be surprised, and Bo Nickel got the wrong opponent, man. They think that Bo Nickel is getting, just to show America. Bo Nickel is coming from, he wrestled at Penn State. I think they gave him the wrong opponent, man. And Kyle Dawkins is coming to fight that night and show what's really going on.
yeah, man. I think I've seen, if I'm not mistaken, man, I've seen Bo Nickel like on Rogan, and I think he's like in with the president. I think he
Yeah,
knows him kinda, but, I think he played golf with him if I remember it, man. There's some I've seen so many fighters on Rogan. Either way, that's what I remember. Bo Nickel, playing golf with the president. Man, Bo Nickel better get ready, man, because yeah,
yeah.
Kyle Dawkins is not gonna play in this one, man.
He's not
And
coming.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Kyle Dawkins is, and I'm glad that he's on this big card, Dawkins, because
yeah,
he was out. He was out just a couple fights ago,
yeah,
and now he's
yeah,
on the biggest card against a big opponent, meaning name by in name only. So, but it's quite the opportunity for Kyle Dawkins. This is an exciting, intriguing fight, man. I think it's a sleeper. I think people who don't know anything are
yeah,
completely dismissing Dawkins in this one, man. I feel bad for Chandler with the Mauricio Hoopy. I think there's just no way around that one. I think oh man, I feel bad. Man, I wish Connor would take that fight, man, because I don't want to have to see this. That
yeah,
one would be a little bit better. Either way, there's all kinds of things people say about it. Oh, Eamon Zahabi, why not Sanhagen? Yeah, I want to see Sanhagen too versus O'Malley, but
yeah, yeah,
whatever. I heard Sean O'Malley complaining. He's like, "Oh, I wanted Piotr," and I'm like, "Dude, come on, like, knock it off, knock it off."
yeah. Not
So
yet.
either way, I'll name the card here. So as far as I know, we're not having any prelims. It's just one big card. Number 2, Diego Lopez versus number 9, Steve Garcia. And a lot of people, who's Steve Garcia and stuff like that. Look him up, man. He's a good fighter. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. None of them are are ranked, but I think that's going to be a good one too. Number 9, Mauricio Hufi versus Michael Chandler, who's number 13. I don't know how he is, but okay, number
Yeah.
13. And then bantamweight, Sean O'Malley, number 2, Sean O'Malley, Sugar Sean versus number 6, Ayman Zahabi. And in the co-main event, the heavyweight interim title bout, he just relinquished his belt. He's here as a champion, but he was the middleweight champion, relinquished. He's pretty much going for triple status, double status, whatever you want to call it. Alex Pereira taking on Cyril Gahn, who's fighting for a championship for 180th time. So let's see what's up with Cyril Gahn. I don't mean to point, make fun of Cyril. It's just funny, man. Every time this guy had a title fight when he was 2 years old. So and in the lightweight bout, the champion coming back from his little hiatus there, Ilya Taporia taking on the interim champion Justin Gaethje. Very intriguing, man. We'll have a lot of time to talk about it, and we'll see if this card changes at all. I know that Olivera was kind of like, get me on that card. I'm like, put him on the card. Let's do it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Yeah. Hey, man, if people wanted to partake, let's get in there. Throw them in there.
Well, they said they
man.
lost.
Maybe we'll see Charles Johnson.
Yeah, Charles. Yeah, Charles Johnson. They said they lost one fight, so one fight is lost. So I'm sure there was a slot open. So why not fill it?
Man, I think if anybody wants to fight on this card, I think let's do it, man. You don't have to televise all of it. Let's do it, man. Throw them on there. It would be great, man. I think it's good. So all right, cool. All right, man. That's it. For what we'll certainly get more into the UFC Freedom 250 later on. We'll break it down. We'll give you all the answers, and by the time we're done analyzing, and we have time to look at it, man. By the time we're done analyzing this thing, you're gonna know exactly what's gonna happen. So you can take that to the bank, man. You can take it to the bank. We're gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen before it even happens, and we're gonna break it all down for you guys. Okay, we got time on that one. All right, man. Before we go, so I don't get to do this very often because you're the expert here, man. I'm just visiting. I'm just visiting, man. But and I don't like to toot my own horn. But I went 4 for 1. Yeah, thank you. You guys need to calm down. You went 4 for 1. Oh, and the classic belt makes its debut. You got the legacy belt, dog. You got the legacy belt. But I brought the classic champ back. I feel like Justin Gaethje all up in here, man. I just want to rub it down. I'm like R. Kelly, man. I love it.
Oh man, I know this card is not as exciting, but I hope to get back on the win streak, man. Coming off that 5-0, someone once told me sometimes when you win, you really lose. And coming off those 5, I thought I was, sky high, but it set me up thinking that I could not miss. And sure enough, last week I missed everything. So congratulations to you, man. And great picks. But just like Maxx Crosby in football, that was last week, man. Let's see what we're doing this week.
That's right. What have you done for me lately? Exactly. Absolutely, man. That was absolutely, man. So okay, man. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. I want to thank Maxx Crosby. Love you, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for this next season. All right, it's already looking great, man. It's already looking great. So to everybody, check out the fights this weekend. Okay, I want to say thank you to Adog and Callie coming through, always being Mr. Dependable here. I'm not gonna be able to do a show next week, so we'll catch up with everything the week after. Either way, thanks for watching, and we will see you at the fights. Hey there, fight fans. So we're back. All right, so because my man Adog, he's the expert for a reason, man. He knows all the latest news, man. I had no idea. I'm always busy. I'm doing all kinds of things here and there. And I haven't even seen much of anything on social media lately, especially because I'm trying to follow boxing and stuff like that. But he has the big news, man. What's going on? But there's some matches signed. What's going on? Who is it?
Oh man, Dana White let off today, man. One of the biggest fight announcement days in what I can remember. So today, Thursday, the 12th, the UFC got it right. Sean Strickland versus Hazmat booked for a May
Sean got it.
card. Sean got it in New York, New Jersey. Sean doesn't got to go to Toronto to defend his belt. Sean doesn't have to go to Australia, you know, having everything stacked up against him. He's going to get a fight here on soil against Hazmat Chimaev. And hopefully Hazmat shows up, wants to fight, and I'm just glad that the UFC got it right. Imanov, well deserved. But
Yeah.
this is the fight. This is the fight to make right now. Especially, I don't want to say in this low point of UFC. People are upset with the UFC right now. I think This is the perfect fight. Bad blood. I can't remember like a big championship fight with bad blood. I love this fight. So the UFC, congratulations, you got it right on this one, man. I'm glad this fight was booked. The co-main event on that one, an okay fight. Waldo Acosta versus Alexander Volkov. Couple other
Oh
fights
yeah.
mentioned on that. Yeah, King
Good.
Green is that a blast from the past. King Green already booked for another fight against your boy Jeremy Stevens. So
Oh, cool.
I'm sure
Good.
more fights to come from that card. Another card headliner. We said it. We said it like the other day. What are we going to see? This guy, Melky Costa, getting his first main event
Oh
against
wow.
tough and rugged Arnold Allen, coming off that loss on that first Paramount card to the Fighting Nerd. His name's Silva. So Melky
Yeah.
Costa getting a big cashing in on that KO of Dan Ige and getting his first main event against Arnold Allen. One more. Carlos Prates getting his next fight, seeing if this may be his last contender fight to get to that shot, fighting former champ JDM, Jack Della Maddalena. So that's really good.
Fight night.
With a good co-main event. I like it, man. I told you we should expect big things from this kid. He's getting this co-main event. Killian Salkid versus
Okay.
Veteran Benyal Darouche, coming off that devastating KO of getting knocked out by Benoit Saint Denis. So good cards announced, good fights announced today. I'm sure they'll get added on. There's some fights right there on the main card that I didn't mention, but a good amount of fights mentioned today. I'm just glad. I'm ecstatic. My boy Sean Strickland getting one more shot against the undefeated Hazmat Chimaev, which I think should be lead up to some crazy pressers.
Man, that is gonna be, man, they better have the
Yeah.
bleep button, the censor button.
Yeah.
They better have it ready to go, man. They better have his mic cord ready to pull that thing. Pull his mic, man. Even if I don't care about if they're not pulling his mic, then Sean failed. He needs to go off. This is it. You're saying this is May 9th?
May, whatever that Saturday is after Cinco de Mayo. I know it's after the Cinco de Mayo. I don't have the calendar on me.
So what I have here is on May 2nd, there's Della Maddalena versus Prates.
Okay.
That's in Australia. And then, the following week, May 9th, UFC 328. And I have to be determined. I don't actually have anybody on here. That's probably why I didn't know about it. And
so Cinco de Mayo lands like on the middle of the week, and then so that Saturday, whatever that Saturday is.
Yeah, it's gonna be the 9th.
Yeah.
So he'll be doing the Cinco de Mayo-ish type card in New York, New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey, man, he's always having to go somewhere, to win this title. Not this time, Matt. If it wasn't hard enough last time with Strickland taking on what's looked to be an unbeatable opponent in Adesanya, now he's got to take on another guy who is probably may look even more unbeatable, and Khamzat Chimaev, man, a complete. You know what? Adesanya was a good fighter, but Khamzat looks like a damn killer, and and I can't wait for the pressers. It's gonna be entertainment. I mean, you know what? If there's ever a person to use your mic skills to take someone out their game, it might be Hamza because he gets a little. I think he's a little. He's got a lot of heart. He wears his heart on his sleeve,
Yeah,
and I don't know if he's ready for these head games. He's good at ignoring things, but well, I don't know, man. If he and Gary can get you all riled up,
yeah,
you better be ready for something, man. Because Strong Sure got something for your ass. That's gonna be
yeah,
scary, man.
exactly. You should have seen when Dana announced this on the UFC show. Uh, he looked kind of scared. He's like, "Fuck, well, this is what we got," because he knows there's going to be a lot. He's going to have extra. He mentioned it, having extra security at the,
Oh
because
yeah.
he knows something. Yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be
He's
crazy.
like, we shouldn't be doing this, but we're doing it.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
yeah, Dana White, man,
So
he's not afraid, man. He's not afraid.
yeah,
So, all right, cool, man. Like,
yeah,
good, man. Breaking news. I love it, man. I love it. I had no idea. I had no idea about that.
nice.
So cool. All right, man.
All right, man.
So, is there anything else? Anything I missed, man? Because I'm not always on it.
No, we'll get to it later. It's getting later. We got jobs tomorrow, so we'll talk about the
Yeah.
Ronda later, man. We'll talk about Ronda later.
Oh yeah, that's coming. But we got.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
yeah,
shared that news because that I would have seen that tomorrow and been like, man, we should have talked about this real quick. But
yeah,
good breaking
yeah,
news. You guys got the new fights for May 9th in New York, New Jersey. All right. So once again, I already said it before. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching our emergency segment there for breaking news, and we'll see you guys
yep.
at the fights.